Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So for solid and hazardous waste management assignment, so the pollution I choose is water pollution, integrated waste management. So let's get started. So what is the what is the meaning or the introduction of integrated solid waste management for water pollution or ISWM? So ISWM for short term is a system for handling all waste type, including hazardous, commercial, and municipal waste. ISW, ISWM also have a benefit, and that is to reduce water pollution. For example, direct dumping. So what is direct dumping? It is waste can be dumped directly into river lakes and oceans. This can release harmful pollutant into the water, such as heavy metals, chemical, and pathogens. So next is runoff. So what is runoff? Runoff is rainwater can wash waste from landfills, dump site, and streets into waterways. This runoff can carry pollutant into the water as as well as sediment and debris. So lastly is leachate. So what is leachate? If we talk about landfill, leachate is a must, as is a must in every landfill. So leachate is a waste that is buried in landfill can leach into groundwater. It can contaminate drinking water supplies and other groundwater resource. So case study in Malaysia related to water pollution is the one of the most famous is Kim Kim River incident. On March 2018, a major amount of toxic trash was thrown into the Kim Kim River in the southern state of Johor. Due to waste contamination of the river, thousands of individuals experienced breathing issues, skin rashes, and other disease resulting in a public health disaster. A lot of cost death by this incident. So the following tragedy, the Malaysian government started a series of steps to reduce water contamination. This initiative includes the first one is the creation of a new environmental organization to manage the nation's water quality, the building of new wastewater treatment facilities. Next is the beginning of a public awareness raising campaigns on water contamination. So what is the benefit of ISWM or integrated solid waste management? So what is the benefit? So the first one is help to prevent rainwater from seeping through the waste and contaminating groundwater. This is because we use groundwater a lot. When it's contaminated, it will cause a serious health effect and diseases. So next is improve water quality in general by reducing amount of pollution that enters the environment. Uh, the water is not only for humans, also for the other living things like the animals, plants. They use water. So if the water is contaminated, it will affect the ecology, the environment, and others. So that is important. Why is water quality is very important. So next is help to reduce the amount of food waste that ends up in landfill. So factors to be considered when developing integrated solid waste management related to water pollution. So the first one is the type of waste generated. So different type of waste have different impacts or environmental impacts to our lives. For example, organic waste can decompose and pollute waterways if it is not properly disposed of. Also, hazardous waste can contaminate groundwater if it's not handled and disposed of properly. But also, hazardous gas can also pollute the groundwater. And next is the location of the waste. So this one of the most important thing because waste that is dumped near waterways is more likely to pollute those waterways than waste that is dumped in a landfill. So when you dump a waste in the river, so automatically, yeah, it will be polluted very easily as a point source solution. It's a point source, if I'm not mistaken. So next is the climate. The climate. So wet climates are more conducive to water pollution from waste than dry climates. This is because water can more easily transport pollutants from waste site to waterways in wet climates. So next one is the public education and awareness. It is very important because to ourselves and to other people, we need to educate these people to dispose the waste, dispose the waste properly, and it will give the environmental impact of water pollution. This also can help to reduce the amount of waste that is dumped into waterways. So, what is an example of integrated solid waste management related to water pollution? So, the example is collection and treatment of leachate. So, as I have say that leachate is liquid that seeps out landfill and other waste disposal sites. So, it can cause an harmful effect and pollutants that can contaminate the groundwater and surface water. So for the system of ISWM, it should be include a mechanism for collecting and treating leachate to prevent it from polluting water resources, especially groundwater. And next is recycling and reuse. So it one of the two important ways to reduce the amount of waste that is goes to landfill and incinerators. It also help to protect water resources from pollution. Because landfill, it can create leachate and incinerator will release harmful gases like nitrous oxide and sulfur oxide, and it will cause when it goes to the atmosphere, can cause when it combine with rainwater, it will cause an acid rain. So acid rain will cause a harmful effect to our environment also. So this helps to protect water resources from pollution as well as conserve natural resource and reduce greenhouse gas emission. So next is mostly important thing education and awareness raising. It is it is most effective when it's supported by education and awareness raising campaigns. Because when a lot of people have education and awareness, so there will be less pollution. Sorry, pollution. This helps to ensure that everyone understands the importance of proper waste disposal and the impact that it can have on water quality. So when a lot of people have education about the about what happened to all type of pollution, especially water pollution, so they can avoid that by using by do the proper disposal and others. So the component of integrated solid waste management. So the first one is source reduction. So it involves amount of reducing from the word reduction, reducing the amount of waste that is generated in the first place. So as human, reducing a, we need to reduce amount of waste because the waste will go to the landfill of course and will give serious health effects. So next is recycle. Recycle one of the hard thing a lot of people so hard to do because they are very lazy to separate all the waste. Because this is very helpful because can reduce the amount of waste that goes to landfill and incinerator, and it also can help to conserve natural resource. So next is composting. Composting. So what is composting? Composting is it turning organic waste into nutrient-rich soil amendment. So this helped by bacteria in the soil and also can help to reduce the amount of waste that goes to landfill and also can help to improve soil quality and the reduce the water pollution. Next is wastewater treatment. So the wastewater treatment is involved treating wastewater so that it can be safely discharged into the environment. It also helps prevent water pollution from sewage and other wastewater sources. So, next is landfilling. The last step is landfilling. It's the final disposal option for some type of waste. If you if, if based on the recycling and composting, you cannot do these. You cannot done these two. So landfill is the last choice or the final disposal option. Landfill should be designed and operated in a way that minimizes the environmental impact of waste disposal. All type of pollution like air, soil, and water pollution, it must it must be designed and operated in a good way to reduce of pollution and the environmental impact of waste disposal. So the figure steps in ISWM related to water pollution. So the first one is water segregation. So it is a process of separating different type of waste such as recyclables, compostable, and hazardous materials. It is also help to ensure that the materials are disposed of properly and do not end up in landfill or incinerators where they can pollute water resources. So next is the wastewater treatment. So it's a treatment of process, yeah, process treatment, process of removing contaminants from wastewater before it's discharged into waterways. Like the river, example like that. This helps to prevent water pollution by reducing the amount of harmful bacteria, viruses, and other pollutants in water, like other pathogen, of course. So next is illegal dumping prevention. So as the government must stop the illegal dumping because it can cause a lot of diseases, other factors, environmental factors, biological, chemical, and physical factors, and others. The illegal dumping is the disposal of waste in authorized locations such as roadside, waterways, and forests. So the roadside it can cause to human effect, waterways can cause to all effects, human, other living beings, animal, plants, and others. And forests, especially animals, because a lot of animals stay there. But if illegal dumping happen to forests, a lot of biological effect happen to the other living beings. So this can pollute water resources by introducing harmful contaminants into waterways. ISWM programs can help to prevent illegal dumping by educating the public about the importance of proper waste disposal and by enforcing laws against illegal dumping. And also can reduce water pollution and uh, can affect the water quality if they do the illegal dumping. So we must prevent the illegal dumping at all costs. So that is for today. Thank you so much.